Hey everyone! Today I'm going to paint the beautiful goddess Selene from Greek mythology, and I decided to go with a watercolor painting again because I don't have much time this week, unfortunately, and watercolor is always somewhat quick, so I'm excited to start. So this is the first layer. I started with the skin tone, then I added lots of gold and bronze tones, and next I'm going to add blue so that it can merge beautifully with the stars. By the way, I'm working with my staining watercolors again from Schminke. My blue just ran out, so I have to refill it very quickly. I actually need to restock them because, as you can see, these are like tiny tubes and I just bought them to test them. But the staining watercolors are really great because they don't come out of the paper easily. So yeah, I will have to restock them pretty soon. So I filled everything with color. Relatively roughly. You can see a lot of beautiful abstractions, and I'm particularly happy with how the gold, reflecting the light. I'm really loving it so far. So now I'm going to tackle the face, and this requires most of my concentration. Why do I need to concentrate so much when painting faces? Because I have to pay attention to various things at the same time. I want to avoid unwanted edges, so I have to pay attention to the color that it doesn't dry too quickly. Otherwise, I get some patchy areas on the face that would be very frustrating. I also try to follow the contours and specific areas on the face to avoid wobbly edges, and layering colors to build up skin tones is very tricky anyways, because watercolors kind of have a mind of their own. You can only control them so much, and a lot of it comes down to luck. But for that, I always try to keep my colors clean and the brush strokes to a minimum to avoid any streaky or patchy areas. And when it comes to my portrait painting technique, I usually focus on grouping certain areas of the face together. For instance, the shadows around the eyes, the cheekbones, the lips, and the area under the nose often have very similar shapes in each portrait and can be connected to each other. For example, the cheekbone shadow can blend into the jawline shadow, while the eyebrow shadow connects to the temples. And these are the areas I usually fill in with one single color before adding more layers on top. This process takes a lot of focus because it's crucial to get the shadows and forms just right to bring out the features correctly. And if you are struggling with this and you're looking to improve your watercolor and mixed media skills, I highly recommend checking out Skillshare, the kind sponsor of this video. It's been super helpful for me, and they have so many lessons and classes on different techniques. For example, there's a class called Golden Insights, Exploring Klimt's Patterns for Your Artistry by Denise Law. And you know me, I personally absolutely love Klimt's work, and just checking out what other people create with an inspiration such as Klimt is super helpful for my own creative process. And this class is all about Klimt's patterns and techniques, and it's so inspiring for blending traditional and modern styles. Skillshare also has these curated learning paths too. They are a new feature, and they are like a set of classes that guide you through specific skills. For watercolor and mixed media, there are some great ones like Watercolors for Beginners, Paint with Expressions, and Master Watercolor Painting for Professional Design, which is perfect if you're just starting out or want to get better. What I love about Skillshare is that it's really hands-on. You can actually do projects and share them with the community, and it's nice to get feedback from others. Plus, the on-demand structure is perfect because you can learn at your own pace whenever you have time. Seriously, whether you're just getting into watercolor or looking to try something new like mixed media, there's something for everyone. It's a great way to explore new techniques and expand your creative horizons. Oh, and if you want to try it out, the first 500 people to use my link in the description will get a 1-month-long free trial of Skillshare Premium. It's a great opportunity to try it out and see if you like it. I potentially ruin it. I think I show it to you how it looks right now, and oh my gosh, I love it so much. So here's the reference. I'm not actually really loving that face that much, so I'm going to change it a little bit. And this looks really nice. I love all these very like soft color transition, how the watercolor is like laying on top of each other, like these mosaic pieces that I really like when working with watercolors. so far it looks really good. I did not ruin it, which is great. I think I'm going to switch to color pencils now actually, because almost all the important skin tones are there. Maybe I will add a few details, but for better control, I'm going to switch to color pencils. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do now. I am so happy with how the painting turned out already. It's just the face, but the first layers look so good. So it's now super important that I don't ruin the painting. This is the most terrifying phase and I need to concentrate a lot. So fingers crossed I'm not ruining it. And yeah, let's get on with it. So the first day is over. I'm very happy with how the painting turned out. I could just paint for hours. I have no limit. I can just paint and paint. But there has to be some housework done. I need to eat something at some point and just the usual stuff that you have to do every day. So yeah, unfortunately I need to stop. But as a painter you probably have this. You just want to keep painting. But I'm happy with my painting so far and I'm going to continue tomorrow. Now it's the next day and I'm excited to start. Here you can see what I did. So I already started the hair. It all looks still a little bit wobbly or not very precise, but we are getting there. I'm going to implement some gouache later on probably, but so far I'm really happy. Now I have to paint all the annoying parts of the painting, which is like the decorative elements, the dress. However, I cannot rush it because otherwise it will look really bad. So I have to be very careful while not being bored a little bit. So ideally I want the dress to look like the areas here and here on the neck, which have lots of beautiful abstractions. I really like how this looks. I'm not sure if the brush strokes I just made are going to do that though, so we will see. So far I like all the gold effects here, so yeah, bear with me. I'm going to paint all these decorative ornaments now. Yay! So the dress looks somewhat good. And the ornaments are still drying, so I'm going to paint the background now, the starry night background. This will make the most difference because it will darken the painting, it will make the figure pop out, and I will probably see a lot of changes and values that I have missed before, so that's going to be exciting. I'm also not sure if I'm going to paint over the stars and paint them later on top, or maybe probably just the mix of both, painting over some of them and adding some new ones later. Okay, so I painted most of the ornaments, most of the dress. It's all in the wobbly lines phase, so the colors are there. The shapes are good, reflections looking good so far, but it's all not as precise as it needs to be. So now I will just go over parts of the painting and add a few details here and there and just kind of smooth areas out and correct areas. Also, there's still lots of details missing, like the hair, for example. I didn't touch the hair after the first layers because the hair needs all my focus and concentration. So I decided to stop painting and take a walk today with Noni, of course. Just a nice interruption. It was just a little too much. I had there she is. Look how she comes. Oh my gosh. She's so cute. Oh. Und komm! So fine. So fine. Now she gets a treat. Here you go. So cute when she runs. It always sounds like a little grunting pig, so she's my little piggy. Look at all these blackberries. There are so many. And if I'm lucky, some are already ripe. Oh, here. there are some darker ones up there. Let me see if I can get this one there. I got it. A little bit sour still, but so good. They were like little appetizers, and now I'm so hungry. I can't find any more. Like imagine you're like a cave woman or someone like that, and then you only find 2 berries. It's like such a disappointing result from your like foraging efforts. I hit the jackpot. Look at that! Oh my gosh! I was lucky today. My foraging effort yielded great success. Perfect. So now I'm going to switch to color pencils real quick and just get a few of the ornaments and the symmetry right, because if you paint something like metal or just in general these decorative ornaments like the Art Nouveau, the Art Deco like decorations, they just need to look really, really good. They need to look crisp and symmetrical, and they cannot look wobbly because it would ruin the painting. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm equipped with my ruler, which is perfect for that because without that it would work. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. So today is the 4th or 5th day I'm working on this painting, and I actually finished everything except that I just noticed that the whole figure is just a tiny tad too light. So if we're looking at the reference, we see that the background is glowing and the figure is a little bit darker than the background. And this makes a huge impact. Like this has a huge impact on the composition and on how the light and just the effect of the painting is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try laying a very light layer of watercolor over the whole figure, over everything I painted, and I'm hoping that it will bring out the glowiness of the background and create this mysterious feel that the painting should have. So fingers crossed, wish me luck. So I worked on most of the details with color pencils, but I'm still not satisfied with it yet. So now I'm going to switch to gouache, and I'm working with a range of different gouache colors, both from Winsor & Newton and also from Schminke. And I will just add a large palette so that I can work on every piece of the composition. One of my favorite colors is Opera Rose, which is a neon pink. It's really cool. It looks like that, so extremely neon. And I can mix everything with this, like every skin color, every skin tone. Admittedly, this painting doesn't have much pink in it, but I can also mix purple tones with it and blush for the cheeks. So the only thing that's missing now is just yellow. And then I can hopefully finish this painting. Oh my gosh, this took so much longer than I expected. So now, of course, I have to tell you about the myth of Selene and Endymion. I mean, it's not every day you create art about a moon goddess and her eternal nap-taking boyfriend. So let's talk about the story of Selene and Endymion. I haven't really covered this yet. And honestly, what's a goddess-themed artwork without a good myth to go along with it? I hope you will enjoy it as much as I do. So buckle up for a tale that's as dreamy and slightly weird as it gets. Selene, the Greek goddess of the moon, was known for her stunning beauty and nightly journey across the sky. One evening, while gliding over the world, she spotted a handsome shepherd named Endymion. Struck by his flawless looks, Selene, as any deity would of course, decided she simply had to have him. Now, gods have their perks, and one of them is shutting up Zeus for a favor. So Selene went to Zeus, swooning over Endymion's beauty. Zeus, ever the drama king of course, gave Endymion a choice: live a regular life or enter an eternal beauty sleep. Naturally, because nothing says romantic like being comatose forever, Endymion chose the eternal nap. becoming a sleeping beauty for all time, literally. So there Endymion lies, forever young, forever asleep, while Selene descends every night to admire her living, or should we say sleeping, statue. The shepherd, in his eternal slumber, might have had the best anti-aging secret ever, but he also missed out on, well, everything else. Meanwhile, the mortals below sometimes glance up at the moon and think, lucky guy, doesn't have to worry about the aging process. But they quickly remember that being perpetually asleep, even with an agelessness, means missing out on all the good stuff, like actually being awake to enjoy it. And so Selene's nightly visits serves as a reminder that eternal beauty might just be a tad overrated if it means spending forever in a cosmic snooze. Okay, those of you who follow me on Instagram or subscribe to my newsletter know that I recently had a special timed print edition of Selene, where every order included unique hand-embellished details. But I'm always buried under a mountain of work and everything is constantly a bit of a mess. So I had this grand plan to release the YouTube video at the same time as the Selene print. But well, that just didn't happen and the offer had already ended. But to make it up to you, I'm offering a special deal just for you. If you order a Selene print and write YouTube in the note during checkout, you will still get a hand-embellished print. This exclusive I'm a Chaotic Artist offer is available until August the 20th. And for those of you interested in something truly special, the original artwork is also up for sale on my website. So whether you want the limited edition print or the original piece, now's your chance to own a unique part of my art. Don't miss out before the chaos strikes again. By the way, you can find the link to my shop in the video description. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video and I see you in the next one. Bye bye!